And that's the topic for the final session. It's the final game. The match point in the game called relevance. And I don't think we would have had a better representation than by the organization that has truly led the game of relevance in India. One of the largest entities that we have in our country, something that we are very, very proud of as an industry, as the Indian fraternity. It is about growing in life. It is about genuinely coming up with projects, with business opportunities that truly go beyond just the space of events and weddings. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to watch this video so that you understand the value, especially for my friends who traveled from the rest of countries and may not exactly be well acquainted with our friend from India. We would like to present to you a wonderful video that's going to showcase the work of this organization, and then I get on to introducing the speaker. Let's have the AV, please. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and join me in welcoming Mr. Vijay Arora.
Good evening, everyone. And first of all, I would like to thank Sabas because Ketan called me one day. He says, Sabas can't make it, so you have to come for the session. So I'm just a fill in the blank, and I'm going to talk as a friend with each one of you. It's not about that we all are colleagues, we all are friends. It just, we try and do many things out of the different opportunities. So then Marisha called me up that she's making a session, some game shame. मैंने कहा जैसे बनाना बना लो. Thank you, Marisha. So over to you.
Thank you, Vijay. Thank you. Thank you. You remember I'm on stage. Great. Okay. So our theme for this session, and I have really worked hard, and for those of you who know Mr. Vijay Arora, you will believe me when I say I have genuinely worked hard to make sure that we stick to the theme, which was the final game, match point. So I told him everything has to be sports related. So of course, innovation being a very strong part of his presence and personality, he came up with this cool, quirky idea, hum dono badminton khelenge while doing this session. Now, I don't have the guts and the audacity with which he can move around in the industry. So I decided to go the simpler way, which is keep playing some AV so that you guys understand what's the connection of the final game, the match point. Vijay, I'm going to start by trying to understand you Okay, and then we get into your story, which is actually not just about glorifying Vijay, let me clarify. It is about how you can stay relevant and how you can keep growing your business and venture into newer opportunities that may not be directly related to either mice or weddings. So, Vijay, tell me, you love sports?
I love sports. I
Yeah.
play badminton, I play cricket, and still I make sure that I'm at least once in a month or twice in a month I'm playing the games. Badminton every day.
Really? You managed to get that
Yes.
time?
In office with the team, 6 to 7, if anybody wants to join us.
Wow. I wish we were staying in your city. We all would have joined in.
Yes.
Tell me, are there any kind of lessons that you take away from any of the sports? And does that really reflect in your work?
I think any sports, there are few things which we all take. One is the self-discipline, I think, which is very, very important for anything. And I take it very seriously in terms of conducting definitely for our meetings, for our internal meetings. It looks like that so in our organization, every Monday, wherever you are, you have to stop your car and all 60, 65 people have to come on a Zoom call wherever they are. And definitely on Friday evening, 9 to 12 or 1 o'clock, we always do a call. So it's like self-discipline in terms of work is very, very important when it comes to, but there's no discipline in terms of when somebody is coming, when somebody is going out, but there are few discipline which I take that it's very important as I take from any cricketer or any sportsman, they're very self-disciplined about what they do.
Tell me any of your favorite sports person. Anyone.
Kapil Dev.
Kapil Dev.
Till now, I love him. I love him for his. So this movie came now, but I know Kapil Paji since long. I worked with him. I have used him as a brand ambassador for few real estate clients. So I spent a lot of time with him. I shot ads with him. So I really adore him. The way, the discipline till today. If he gives you a time at 6:30 in the morning, he'll be there at 6:15. And before that, if he has to play, after that, if he has to go for a golfing, he'll straight away go for golfing. Matlab, excellent. I really adore that guy.
Vijay, we are going to play you an AV and for everyone here. And after that, I have a question that's connected to it. I think this is one match that most of us would have watched. What's amazing is the presumption and the rush that we are always in predicting what is going to be the end result. And after that, it's it. You are fighting at your own will and sometimes a very, very lonely journey. I'm sure that's what Nadal experienced through those minutes of that match and the way he came out like a success story, that he is truly, truly incredible to have that kind of willpower to sustain and survive in an environment when everyone thought that is the end. Vijay, have you ever experienced something like this in your professional space?
I think she's going very different way. I didn't knew that you will show this video and connect me to this. Definitely, we all have gone through many ups and downs in life, and I have also gone very, very badly. I think I don't know, many people know that we started Aviation Academy. We bought 7 aircrafts in 2007, and we took a loan. I can't even mention the amount because it was so huge that we have to lost our house, lost our office, everything. 2008, everything was finished, and we were literally on nowhere without any penny in, or rather we have to pay so much depth to the people. But definitely, and then, but we stand still and we keep on moving. Every day I used to come to the office with the positive mind that this has happened. What's new? Let's look into that.
I think that would have been very tough for you guys to pull yourself up because failure is one, but financial loss is something else. How many years did you guys take to
2 years.
recover? 2 years.
Yes, actually 2 years. And Manjeet, if most of people I don't know or know, he's my partner, but he was in depression for 1.5 years. He never used to come to the office. He was at home. But that's how the life is. But we all keep moving. And God has been really supported us and supported us in a big way from where it was. And one thing I've always kept in mind, if I have to pay somebody, I always used to pick up his phone and say that we will pay you. Never used to ignore his calls or a message or something. If I by chance ignore or miss his call, I used to call him back. Boss, I'm not going anywhere. It's just a matter of time and we will pay you. And by God's grace, we have been able to do that in a year's, in a half time.
Truly inspiring, genuinely, Vijay. Okay, we're going to move to the next segment, which is called Did You Know? There are some interesting facts about Touchwood Group and about Vijay's life, and we're going to take a few glimpses up on the screen now, and Vijay, I want you to share some stories with us. Okay,
I
let's
think
have the
it's
first
too
one.
much of me. I don't know how many people are interested. But oh my God, from where you got this?
Nahi, ghabrao mat. He was not the hero. Don't worry. He's quite realistic and grounded as a person.
So
Nor was he the director.
if
What
you
was
want
going
to,
on?
You want to know the story? We used to manage Harbhajan Man.
Uh-huh.
And he wanted to make first ever big budget Punjabi movie. He didn't have money. And he said, if you want me to manage, you have to invest. So I was an accidental producer for this movie, forced to spend and sold one of my property to invest. By God's grace, the movie did fantastically well and we earned a good money. So this was, yeah, definitely we ventured into, after that we did 2 more movies, Punjabi movies, which Manjeet was one of the directors and one was the assistant director. And we made about 17, 18 music videos also. So for us, always been that any opportunity comes, we were always there to do it. So I don't know how many of you know that one time we used to manage almost 11 artists, Sukhbir, Harbhajan Man, Gursevak Man, Sukhvinder, all Harry Anand, any new artist which used to come or release on T-Series was exclusively managed by us. That is how our journey started actually.
Let's move on to another significant chapter of your life.
Yeah, this was the...
Do you have a picture of you with this entire...
No, because I just sat on the aircraft once and it costed me 16 crores. So after that, I never dared to go there. So we had an aviation academy with almost 50 rooms hostel in Raipur. We ran for about 1.5 years. First year we had 26 students. The fees was good. And next year, I don't know, the aviation business already crashed. So we only had 1 student. And to survive the entire game was not our cup of tea. I have a very small story. So how we ventured into aviation was totally different. So we used to run a Intel glass buses for their promotions. And one of the day, one guy who was right hand of Gopinath, who started Deccan Aviation in India, and he says, you have bus, why don't you handle a ground handling for us, the airport? We were always aggressive. We said, okay, whatever you want. So he says, we need toilet cart, water cart, stairs, low floor buses. So we went and we made about 40 vehicles and put it on the airport. So they were paying us very well. After 3-4 months, they stopped paying. I went into the airport, मैंने सारी गाड़ियाँ बाहर निकाल दी. मैंने कहा अब तुम कैसे उतारोगे लोगों को? But they were smart enough. They did a tie-up with Air India, the services from other carriers, and they sailed through. But all vehicles were standing outside with loan to pay on each vehicle at that time. So I came to Manjeet, I said, yaar, if Gopinath can start a aviation airlines, we can also. So that is how next day he went to US and bought 7 aircrafts and we started Aviation Academy.
I don't know how wise it was to be that impulsive, Vijay.
Yeah, so...
Interesting. So from 2007, we move on to your next highlight. This is, I'm assuming, the start of weddings with Touchwood.
Yeah, so initially we used to do only entertainment. In 2008, we ventured into the complete wedding management company. That day, the journey has been very beautiful and God has been really kind.
Oh, yes. And your team is truly, truly very, very committed. I have to say that.
2011, we ventured into government, lot of government events. We did National Yuva Festival. We did Kabaddi, about 5-6 states Kabaddi festivals, and lot of. So government was definitely our big business from 2011 till 2015, where we used to do lot of big tender sport events for the government of India.
So there has been music, movies, aviation so far, weddings, government events.
So this is, I think, as a turning point for us because इसी ने हमें बहुत सारे पैसे कमा के दिए. So in 2014, again, a friend of mine, he says that, can you run a campaign for BJP for the Lok Sabha elections? He said, but you have to give us 200 vehicles in 7 days to start the promotion. And I don't know, I'm little on the JD side. I said yes. And we went into Lucknow, which is a small city, and we hired all the welder shops, and we start making all flex machines we had, and then we were able to deliver 200. And then from 200, we went up to doing, till 2019, I think we have ran almost 30,000 vehicles across India. Yes, and with our own inventory of TVs, generator, we still have about 500 TVs, 500 gensets of our own, which we don't run now because they don't pay you well now. They know the entire game. So we just give it on a renting business for the gensets and TVs and other things which are required for a promotion.
But you made your money when the time was right.
Yes, we made a lot of money out of it.
I'm sure the biggest sense of achievement.
Yes. So I think we are the only event management company who is listed in a national stock exchange. And I'm proud to say, because we attempted in 2007 also. First attempt was that time. That we wanted to go public, but due to some reasons and after our aviation and stuff like that, we couldn't go. And I think the brain behind this is Manjeet. I give him, he's a finance man, he manages it very well. I always used to tell him, I don't know what we will be. Today, whatever business we do, I think it just will go with us because its business exists because of us. We don't have any product. We will not leave anything for our kids. Probably if they want to come into this business, they can relish the branding, they can relish the whatever goodwill we have made. But if you talk about something physical in hand, I don't think. So that's what we always used to debate, and Manjeet said, I will create a physical value for the company, and that is how I am proud to say that today we are valued at 200 crores in a real valuation which we can sell tomorrow in shares, and so I think that's been a great step which we have taken, and it supported us.
No, and it is genuinely such an important thought because all our identities only exist till we are there. And here is something that you've created that is just much beyond you and Manjeet. This is gourmet.
Yes, so I think after that we wanted to do different things because we believe that only Touchwood is not, we want to create other brands out of it. So we went into the IP business. The first ever gourmet entertainment show with event FAQs. Definitely me and Vishal has done a lot of research on before launching it, and it's been a successful show. And I think now we'll be doing the next edition this year, announcing next month. So this, yeah, definitely IPs is something which excites us, which give us a
Does it get you money?
Honestly, from very first IP we have earned money. I don't get into any business. So Vishal came to me. Vishal said, sir, IP is a 3-year game. We'll start earning from after 3 years. I said, I don't want to do business with you. If we'll not make money from the first year, I'm not interested. So very first year, we made a handsome money out of this.
Wow, very cool. Okay, the next one is quite exciting. And I think, Vijay, even as your friends, I think we feel very proud of the fact that you guys ventured into Make Me Up as a brand, which now runs as an app. And of course, I think for me, the highlight personally was that you guys came up with a quick mini series, like a reality show, which was actually viewed on, I think, Hotstar. Yeah?
Yes, it's still there on
It's
Hotstar.
still on Hotstar. And I think that this was genuinely something that you guys went out of your comfort zone. Whose idea was this and how difficult was it really?
So idea was always, this was a Manjeet idea. I never believed that such a ugly man can think of doing something in makeup industry. But Manjeet is very, it's not a good looking guy. So I always tell him, कि भाई तू ये कैसे सोच सकता है? So he says, I'm not thinking for myself, but definitely. So then, definitely my younger sister Kanika takes care of this brand. And today, we have already done a series, which is the India's only reality show on makeup. We're doing the another one this year, shooting in September. The auditions are going on. We already have an app where we are selling the goods. We are selling, giving these services like Nykaa. We are launching our own makeup brand very soon under this. The research is done. 17 products will be launched in the month of October. So, yeah, Make Me Up is a fantastic journey.
And yet you get time to play badminton every day.
That's team, actually.
I will not believe that. Okay. Where and how do you guys plan to take this brand forward?
So Make Me Up is now an individual identity. We are definitely going for a IP of Make Me Up within 1.5 years. We're already working on that. Private funding, its first round is almost done. And yeah, so we want to create a parallel brand as Touchwood of Make Me Up.
I guess you're going to have a lot of our friends who are going to be talking to you over drinks tonight to understand how this entire game of IP and IPOs and all of that works. Please be generous and honest, huh? This is a very touchy topic.
No, this Marisha has inspired me to start this in Delhi.
Yeah, thanks.
We were talking about that how we can start a school together in Delhi. I said, Marisha, let it be because your speed and my speed can't match. I want to announce it tomorrow. She said, for me, I need at least 6 months. So I said, no problem. We'll do something together after 6 months.
I remember making a call to Vijay because genuinely it was, I think, 2 years of the wedding school. And by the time I just shared the idea and we were discussing, the next day there is announcement in true Arora style. And I was so zapped that this is how it works. But what's commendable, and I have to mention this, is वो किसी का हाथ नहीं छोड़ते. If you're upset with him, he will make sure that he will turn things around and make you believe that the intent was good. Okay, so I don't know how much that works, but it definitely works in terms of you being able to always have friends, in spite of many of us being competitors. So I don't know what's the art, but you just did it right with the school at least.
Yeah, school is doing really nice. And all thanks to people who are supporting us, actually.
Yeah. Okay, one big highlight, I think, one exciting moment for me to at least watch on your page has been your project with the very famous Walid Baz. How did this entire thing come up? What were the challenges that you faced? Because you're, again, teaming up with somebody whose style of work is very different from the way we work in India. So I want you to take us through that. And then I have a video that your team has sent me, and I want to play that.
Great. So definitely we keep doing decor as Touchwood. And so this client, because of COVID, the wedding was finalized a year ago, but it was happening, not happening, happening, not happening. Exactly 40 days before of the event, they said, we want to do something different. I said, okay. So from that very moment, I called up Walid. I said, very first time I had an interaction with him, I said, Walid, I want you to do a project with India. He says, are you serious? I said, I'm serious. He says, so many people have called me, but nobody has actually able to do it. He says, I'm very egoistic. Second, I charge a bomb. Third, I'm very painful when it comes to work. I said, I'm okay with all of them. When can you come to India? He says, send me the design fee. Next day morning, I transfer him the money. And within 3 days, he was in India with half designs ready. And his team was sending the designs from here. I saw the designs. I said, it's perfectly fine. And client was not in India at that time. He came to Delhi just to see the place. We did a Zoom with the client. We took okay. There was no discussions of budget with the client. I said, we'll do it later. Let's start the work. And that is how the journey started. And I think exactly 33 days from scratch to the end, we did this project together. Definitely, Walid team was fantastic. The way he works, the way he pushes you. I think we have learned a lot from him in terms of, And I would like to thank all of my team because almost 25 people of our team was there 24/7, staying in tents because procuring this much of flowers in this much time in a season time was not a joke. Artificial, fresh, everything. Taking out things, doing a trussing of 40,000 square feet, where Indians doesn't know that how much load we have to put, how much we had almost 500 Sharpies which we hired for 1 month for this project. And there was a bomb in terms of negotiating people, getting them on board, and then making sure they're putting the stuff on time. Yeah, so this was definitely a, and after this we got many more projects and which we have delivered successfully and after, yeah.
Wow. I'd love to share a video of the making of this project, something that we're all absolutely intrigued.
Thank you.
I'm going to open the forum to questions, which are besides the budget for this particular project, because I think that Vijay has had a very interesting career. He was deeply offended, by the way, when I told him the topic is the final game. He's like, are you trying to tell me, Marisha, that this is it? You're giving me like the being the legend award, and is this like my time up in the industry? I said, no. My idea is to bring across the entire thought process that we get limited to. that we are good with design and decor, or we are very good with planning, or we are excellent event managers. We tend to stick to that, and we do not give ourselves the chance. Every single chance that we give ourselves can come at a cost, like in Vijay's case with his venture into aviation, but at least you tried. And I think that made you more bold and more careful as well when it comes to upsetting people, I guess, in life before you
No,
venture
I think
into
everything gives you lesson. And after that, I've started taking a calculative risk. Instead of going whatever one night, something came in a dream and next day, let's do it.
Before I ask you the final question, if there's anyone in the audience who would like to, yes, please.
I think many of us in this room look up to Vijay Bhaiya, and including myself. I take him as my mentor, and I would confess that in this room full of dear friends. So my question to you is, you've been so experimental. You have taken risks, and you have come up with IPs and the most innovative projects. So has there been that one time in your life where you said, Vijay, why did you do that? And were you afraid of taking that risk? And when was that?
I'm never afraid of taking risk. And I believe that my or even Touchwood strength is always a speed. I always say idea is an idea till you don't execute it. And when I go with the team or when we start thinking of anything, I said, if you're thinking of this, tell me when you will execute it. And even to myself, अगर कोई idea बाद में देखेंगे ना क्या होगा यार, शुरू तो करो. Some people come to me, yeah, this was my idea that who Sabbas is doing IFA. I said that why didn't you do it? It's not your idea if you've not done it. Idea is waste till the time you don't execute it. Trust me.
So I had a question. I mean, clearly you're a visionary, and I think you're a jack of all trades. So what really inspires you when you wake up every day? Like we've seen your career right now. You're oscillating between multiple fields. What inspires you when you wake up? What's next? I mean, it's probably
Money. Nowadays only money. How much do I need to earn in this year? That excites me. हो गया अब बहुत कुछ. अब सबसे पैसा कमाना.
How many hotels does Antalya have?
How many hotels?
About 55, 60 or more.
Can we have the sound on?
So, Vijay, we're sitting in Antalya.
Yes.
We've got about 400 hotels here. Are you planning to open a city in India with 400 hotels? So, IMWF we can bring to India.
Chetan, you've been very kind. Thank you very much.
Ultra inclusive, huh?
No.
Vijay.
I don't want to make a hotel because I know I'll not be able to get what I... Oh my God.
Not just
So
one
you-
hotel.
So I have
City
just
filled
I have
with
just
hotels.
come here in behalf of Sabbas. I'm not Sabbas Joseph. He
Vijay,
can buy city.
last question for you.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Hi.
Extraordinary work. Kudos. Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Vijay, so 33 days. I mean, that was amazing work for 33 days. But the time frame you had, did you have to import in a lot of material, flowers? How did you manage with the system? The systems don't work with your speed, with the speed of your thought, the speed of your planning. And India is just such a different territory to work in. I mean, I haven't worked there, but I know. So how did you manage all of that?
I think biggest reason was Walid because the way he used to scream on us every day morning. I used to go from site at 4 a.m. and 8:30 he used to call me up. Vijay, what is this? Why this is not done? I said it will happen tomorrow. Why tomorrow? Why everyone say that everything tomorrow? So our team also get tune of this.
Yeah,
and
I know, because the systems in India, I mean, the pace people work at, or, you know, the bureaucracy you have to get things moving. And you must have had to import a lot of flowers,
only the
right?
flowers. Rest everything was produced in
Local.
and the kind of budgets we were getting from our production companies. If we
Right.
say that we need this frame, they were giving the costing in a square feet. So we were ourselves on there. We just got from and lockdown was just opening up. There were not many
Exactly,
people
yeah.
here. So we went to Muradabad, Meerut, whatever welder shop was there. We used to tell them how much you earn, come with us, we'll pay you. How much you earn? So we had almost 15 shops closed in Muradabad, Meerut, and brought all the vendors to Delhi
that-
and asked them to work.
That time
Otherwise-
frame was incredible, 33.
yeah. So we were
Great.
just doing that
Absolutely.
way.
Inspiring for all of us.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Rima, you also inspire us always, huh, with Pinkathon.
Thank you, Vijay. And Vijay, it's outstanding your journey. And I just got to know that you started in 2008, exactly when I've started. And to see that you're doing so many diverse things. I'm a believer that focus is everything. And when you have a certain business, you focus on that business and you grow that business infinitely. What I see in you is that you do diverse things. I want to understand the formula in which how you make all the businesses survive and how they're turning profitable. Of course, you've tried, you failed, you tried again, you failed. Or you succeeded heavily. But what is the success? I mean, how are you managing all these at this point of time, and what is your success formula?
I think we all are successful people who are sitting here. Otherwise, IMWF would have not called us.
Yes, diverse portfolios is what
So
I'm saying.
it's just
IPO, all of that put together.
I think I have a great team. I have a great partner. So I think it's just about right team with right people we have, and then they are just getting it moved. But definitely we spend on each product or lot of time every day. It's like an everyday process. If you come to our office, you will feel like a मच्छी बाजार कि हो क्या रहा है यहाँ पे वो हमें ही पता होता क्या हो रहा है हर जगह पे. So but definitely, and especially in IP space, you have to keep doing work every day, lot of work, and it's I don't know when you'll get the return, but we want to keep moving, and God is behind. So just to add you, we are launching a new app which is called Wed Advisor. It's like a sister of TripAdvisor. And the app is already on iOS ready. We got the first funding, boot funding also, which is a very handsome amount we got. So we wanted to launch this year, but we are not fully ready. So we'll be launching in next year. Across globe, it will be going as where you will, it's a very different kind of experience for people. So just in a simple word, it's like TripAdvisor, you get real-time reviews, vendors. Across globe, they'll be available, starting from India, definitely.
Thank you, Vijay. But this was one last question to you, that while you're managing so much, within your portfolio, how much of tech have you introduced in your company to make the process more seamless?
A lot of it now.
How you manage this? Because it's really important for someone who wants to diversify like this.
So honestly, we have a CEO for all the IPs who take care of it. We have a tech head. Tech head is Manjeet's wife. She's basically done a PhD in computer science. So that's our strength in terms of managing all the tech. So she has been helping us in creating all these apps and managing them. It's about having a right team at right place and get going.
I think Rima is going to have a few more points that we are going to talk on in a bit, but I think this is really exciting. We were talking this morning about our theme being Aspire to Be, and seems like this seems to be the next thing on your radar, the next new aspiration.
Then definitely our aspiring project is we want to do a world largest wedding festival, which is called WedFest. We were doing it in 2018, but because of lockdown we couldn't do it. So there'll be 9 IPs under one roof, which we'll be announcing very soon. It's all ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the one and only Vijay Arora. Thank you, Vijay.
Thank you, Bhayo. Thank you, Marisha. Thank you so much.